What's going on, guys? This is Kaishro. Welcome back. So we are back with another video. So in this video, we're going to cover Post Terminal World 2 metagame report and decklist reviews from bigger regions in Asia, from Japan, South Korea, China, and Taiwan. We are going to cover these decks that have top on the previous week, and we're going to see a lot of big events like the Area Championship and also the 3v3 tournaments that happened last week. So we are going to cover the conclusion of Terminal World format before we venture on our new format post QCTV. So without further ado, let's start. So moving on first, we do have December 2 Marunouchi Yu-Gi-Oh! 3v3 tournament. We do have top 3 Malis, no? Or rather, the best team played, all of 3 of them have played Malis. So 3 Malis on a single champion. So this is crazy. It played still the Gamma, no? I think people have been trying to play Gamma as often as possible on the previous weeks because they just really want to negate everything using the Gamma. And also played the Sales Ban, very popular choice for Malice in Japanese regions. They often call something like Nibiru Droll, for example, no? You would rather play around those cards rather than face it head on because it is more preventive measure to prevent them from happening in the first place using the Sales Ban. And next, we do have another Malice, this time with XYZ Encore. XYZ Encore have been really a solid option in Japan, especially in Japan. Ryzel is more popular and more played, so Encore really does a solid job on outing those the neither on the field. And next would be another Malice, this time with Parallel Exceed on the main deck and play the Bestial package with Saronir, Baldrake, and yeah, I think Bestials are really solid in this meta game. You would want to play the Bestials around the mirror match, around the Voices Voice, around other decks like even Memento Outland can suffer from it now. So you have a lot of targets using the Bestials, and for Malice it is the better Bell to play. It's like the better version of Bell to play. It can extend, it can interrupt, and also can be bodies on the field or attack monsters on your side to just OTK the opponent from that. So yeah, hmm. Moving on, we do have Lotus Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. First would be Memento Plan. So player A, Memento Plan. Side deck na copy of Forbidden Droplet. It's been the trend for Malis, or rather Memento Plan. They would either main deck the Droplet or side it for most the occasions, but I think it is better off in the main deck if you would want to trim your hand traps on your main deck, like cutting the Fualos, using it on your side deck only, for example, no? So I think Forbidden Droplet is a solid card for Memento right now. Next would be White Forest. So this is the more rationalized version of this deck. They don't really play the Snake Eyes that much on this White Forest anymore. They would just rely on Azamina and use the Azamina cards to help your board establish Omni-Negate threats, and also the very popular the Blackout Laps on your main deck, one of copy on this, and as intended it also played XYZ Encore. So Encore definitely can make waves on this meta. And next would be Ryzel. Of course, Ryzel, the best deck. Very interesting. Opted to play Bell and DD Crow didn't opt to play Lancea. I think you could probably uh, know or get that logic because the Bell and Crow has more coverage over Lancea. Even though Lancea hurts more against Malice, you would hit a lot of targets with Bell and DD Crow on your side deck. Next would be, oh, the mouse is lagging. We do have another Marunouchi Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. We do have another trio of people. It played Labyrinth. Labyrinth is the best control deck out there in this meta. You could argue that other decks like Runic can perform, for example, no, but Labyrinth is the cream of the top in this meta game. Not only it has the best trap lineup, it could also function a lot of uh, trap cards, high impact traps like the Barrier, the Ruma Cannon, and also can play floodgates like Skill Drain to some, and also the latest iteration of this Labyrinth is they play the Heavenly Prison, they would want to play this card because they want to protect their back row furthermore, and also can act as a big body to help the damage output to happen on your side. And next would be Blue Eyes Primite. So of course, Blue Eyes Primite, probably the second best deck in my opinion on the past 2 weeks, and it proves to be very functional. You have a lot of rooms for hand trap. Like for example, this you have Ghost Ogre, Dominus Purge, Veiler on your main deck now. Even though you're pretty combo-ish, you can definitely bank on the non-engines on your deck and help you going second. And Primat, of course, really astonishing engine. Definitely helps out the Blue Eyes more than ever. And next would be Labyrinth once again. So this time played triple Heavenly Prison and double Pancrataps. Pancrataps is like your better Cosmic Cyclone at this format, no? You would want to rely on Pancrataps to out the floodgates and back row threats, and also monsters on the field. You can also beat around many annoying monsters. So yeah, really sensible here to play Pancrataps. And next would be Lotus, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. Oh, we do have Necros Trizil. So Necros is a deck that gained traction recently, but the more popular version of it would be the Ryzil. Because Ryzil is Ryzil, we cannot really deny the impact of Ryzil on this deck. You would want to play the second fiddle to Necros, and potentially it could be the main engine of this deck. It's just Necros are just too good to consider on this, and Necros also offers another form of resiliency on your deck. But overall, Ryzil does the job of setting up the Nader, or at least playing around Maxi with Baguska or Dweller na sometimes. So yeah, really solid. And next would be Ryzil Necros once again. So this time, I played triple Lancea to respect the Malice. I think Malice could have a favorable matchup against this deck if it goes first. So yeah, the Lancea here is very rational. Next would be Memento once again. This time, play double Purulia on the side deck and played Guardian Chimera and Dragostapelia. Of course, you could potentially cheat out the fusion of Dragostapelia on your Mementathlon cards. And moving on, we do have Tetsu Shard Tournament. First would be White Forest Snake Eyes. This is the best version of Snake Eyes for me right now. Some people would want to argue with that with Snake Eyes Farking, but I do think that the White Forest Azumina is the better version. And overall, better engine considering that these archetypes are just made for each other, and that's the lore. Basically, that's the lore of this deck. And on this build, it played Sprint. Sprint really changes a lot of things for Snake Eyes White Forest, and you're able to dump the White Forest cards and easily link climb faster using the Sprint. You don't really lose out too much on making Sprint, and it could give you so much upsides once you can go with the route of Sprint. And next would be Ryzil, once again, double Ogre, triple Veiler, very accurate way of dealing against the mirror match. And also Purulia, one off in the main deck. Didn't really play too much talent or droplet here. Just opted to play more hand traps. Next would be another Malice. So Malice with double Trust and double D Barrier on the side deck. And next would be Necros Dogmatica. Yeah, of course, Dogmatica. The dump from Garura from Nadir gets you like 3 cards already. So you get so much value from the Nether Servant dump, and also your both ritual shenanigans would also be benefited from the Arclight. And also the extra deck doesn't really matter too much. It's just basically a pile of cards that you want to draw dump on your Nadir or Ultimate Slayer, for example, no? So the only sensible here would be Dynamondo. It's like a function of the Dynamondo for Voices Voice. Just want to end on Dynamondo sometimes. And next, you do have Marineford TCG Tournament. First would be Yubel. Yubel didn't really died in Korea. People in Korea really fancy playing Yubel, and they are always playing the Dagda package. It's like this deck just lives for Sight Lock Turbo. Just like the previous Phantom Knights, no? It just wants to sight out the opponent and basically win the game from that. And you have Aoba, you have things like the Finsmith engine and the Unchained extra deck also. So technically Fiendlink with Sight Turbo package. So yeah, that's how Yubel have become right now. And next would be Arcana. Oh my goodness. This is Arcana for Finsmith. Wow. This is crazy. Yeah, Arcana Force in 2024. It got support, but I'm not really sure if it is the proper support or the correct support to make it viable. I'm not really convinced yet, but yeah, it's really pleasing to see Arcana topping in Korea. Large locals, by the way, it is Marineford TCG. It is not a bomb local. It is a very popular local in Korea. And next would be Lotus Cup tournament. First would be Malice, yeah, play Triple Trust and deck Devastation Virus, wow. On the main deck with the Allure package, oh my goodness. This is spicy. And next would be Malice once again, with Droll on the main deck, didn't have to play Flawless. Next would be another Malice, so triple Signet Mining this time, no Allure. And moving on next, we do have Crystron, of course. Crystron really solid right now. You have like 18 rooms for non-engine and you still have rooms for pot, 2 desires, 1 prosperity. And you're able to dish out really solid amount of interruptions from the likes of Baron de Fleur, no? Dragster, and the Crystron Synchro. So you have a bunch of ways to deal out with negations and this is like the better uh, more interactive Sword Soul to play right now. And yeah, it is a mid-range deck but can combo off really solid. And moving on, we do have Gem Knights, of course. Another solid archetype from Terminal World 2 and it won a lot of tournaments and large events like this. It went 8-1 or 7-1 for example, no? So very successful on prolonged tournaments. It just proves how consistent the deck can be. And moving on next, we do have Blue Eyes Primite once again. Nothing to say too much about this, pretty standard, just played Skill Drain on the main deck and two Nibiru. Didn't have to play Flawless that much. And next would be Madolche. Yeah, Madolche with Vernsilf. And of course, Dominus Purge. You don't really get drawbacks from Dominus Purge. Very free to use on this deck. And moving on next, we do have Marineford TCG Tournament. Top 3. We do have, wow, Live Twin. Yeah, Live Twin without Sprite and just played Finsmith. And also played triple draw on the main deck and triple droplet. Wow. So, very going second SK deck here. And next would be, what is this? Oh, Gem Knights. With Feather Duster on the main deck. Really respects the back row, no? You would want to really try to respect the back row on this deck. And next would be Traptrix Rizil. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. So you have like immunity against Nibiru almost every time with the XYZ of Traptrix Rafflesia. And you still have back row threats on your side with Grave Diggers and Hull Thruster, no? So yeah, very good innovation for Rizil. Could potentially be breakthrough on this meta game, considering that we don't really see Traptrix Rizil too much. And next, we do have Blue Eyes Primite with Albas engine. So yeah, it can dish out the Mirror Jade coming out from the Lebellion. And also played Triple Salesban once again. Salesban definitely a card to look out for right now. People have been hot on this tech for quite some time already. And next, we do have Marineford TCG Tournament, top 4. Once again, we do have White Forest. Yeah, White Forest. Nothing to say too much about this. Just played Finsmith. And next would be... Oh my goodness. Vanquish Shoal. What the freak? Vanquish Shoal. Oh my goodness. Play double small world. Some people in my community does play Vanquish Shoal with Primite. They often try to mix the Primite with Vanquish Shoal, but I think pure Vanquish Shoal is still the best way to play the deck right now. And next would be Ryzil. Yeah, Ryzil. And pretty standard. Yeah, standard. And next would be another top 6 Ryzil. I think that's the same player as earlier. He went top 4 already on the previous, and he went top 4 again. And moving on, we do have Weebleshed Tournament. Oh my goodness, what in Chinese cookery is this? So technically, Finsmith, Palio, yeah, no? Monster Gate, Reasoning, oh my goodness. And it even played Primite. Wow, this is really crazy. Yeah, it looks really crazy. I am lost for words for this deck. Played Rollback, Rise to Full Height, the Black Goat, even No Way Escape something gain LP card of this trap card planet. Oh my goodness. What the freak is this? And next would be Mermaid Atlantean. Sadly, this deck fell off. The introduction of Gem Knight and decks like Jurak, for example, it got into the representations of Mermaid or the water. And yeah, it is seeing less play recently. And next would be Manadium. Oh, Manadium in 2024, not too shabby. And the twist is you're playing White Forest on this. And next would be, what even is this? Primite Psyframe? What the frick? Yeah, Primite Psyframe. What? Oh, the more I look at this deck, the more it crazier it gets. It is even side decking the whole Tenpai package. What the frick is this? What even is this? What the frick? I thought I am dreaming while making this content. Yeah, this is madness. And next would be Weaver Tournament, another crazy stuff from China. But this time, zombie, goblin biker, vampire, Horus. Oh my goodness, Finsmith. What the freak? What even is this? So, it is not even playing grass. Yeah, it is not playing grass. So, you would rely on zombie vampire to mill your cards on this deck? Yeah. So, everything is just extenders and extenders. Unizombie, Speedroid, Top, the freaking Mizuki, and the Imseti, no? So, everything is just so all over the place. And next would be uh, another Gem Knights. And this time played Finsmith package. Next would be Necro 60. This time with Finsmith and Nadir. And also the Grass. More sensible than the previous builds, no? This looks normal than the previous decks that we have browsed from Weaver tournaments in China. And next would be Thunder Dragon. Good stuff. Yeah, Thunder, basically good stuff. Azumina, White, Forest, and Toy Box. And moving on next, we do have Ritual Beast. So this deck was really power crept. Yeah, it used to be a tier 4. Solid tier 4 on the previous 3 months ago. Yeah, it is a solid tier 4, but right now they are really losing traction heavily due to other newer decks on the block. Next would be White Forest, Finsmith. Yeah, nothing to say too much about this. Pretty standard. Next would be Ryzil. So, on the previous Campus League tournaments, the Desires Ryzil is really successful. It got a lot of reps on Taiwan, Southern Taiwan, and even on the Indonesia. And also the Thailand tournaments, it also got results with Desires functioning really well on the main deck of Ryzil. And next, we do have Blue Eyes Primite once again. Triple Dark Ruler no more on the main deck. Okay. Really innovative as well. And no, yeah, no. Yeah, I didn't even play Fualos. Wow, crazy. Next would be YCC SYGO tournament. First would be Gem Knights. Played Shadal Fusion on the side deck with Construct, making another way of going second approach on this deck. dumping the dragon and the other Shadal monster. And next would be Ryzil with Summon Limit on the main deck. Next would be another Ryzil with Mourner on the side deck. And next would be YCCS YGO once again. Oh, the computer got lag. We do have Labyrinth, Finsmith. With Parsing Stone, my favorite tech on Labyrinth. Very disruptive card once you go first and set up the Power Sync. Sometimes your opponent cannot even do anything once you use the uh, furniture cards on your hand. They are left with no effects to use. And next would be Ryzil, Triple Judgment on the main deck. Okay, just to bolster the going first. And next would be another Ryzil, this time Triple Droplet. Another way to bolster the going second of Ryzil. And next, we do have YCCS YGO once again. Another Ryzil. Nothing to say too much about this. Just played copies of Retsi. And next would be another Ryzil. Triple Judgment once again on the main deck. And next would be another Ryzil. With this time double Judgment and double D Barrier. Next would be Malice. Yeah, standard. Yeah, just played Rivalry. Of course, you are just basically spamming out Cybers. And next, we do have Unchained. Yeah, Unchained with Finsmith. And also played the Illusion package here with a small Chimera engine. No? And next would be Jurak. Of course, Jurak, really solid. Probably the best tier 4 deck at the moment. And just proves to be very successful on large tournaments and large local events. And next would be Branded 40, this time 40, no grass shenanigans, just played raw 40. Next would be Labyrinth once again, another Labyrinth, no? A lot of Labyrinths in our report this time. And moving on next, we do have Mermail Atlantean. This time played a Ryuge engine on the side deck, only one of Ryuge, and played Triple Purulia on the main deck. Above Wallace, yeah, this is insane. Yeah, no regards against this player, but he really cooked with this Purulia on the main deck. And next would be Gem Knights once again. Bunch of Gem Knights report in this week. Also played Nyalos on the side deck. Next would be Infernobel. Played Heatwave and Excising Core. Okay, not too shabby. Heatwave still relevant, no? Even other decks aside from Tenpai Dragon. And next would be Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes, yeah, Snake Eyes Azamina with Finsmith. So this is like the new tier lemons now. Imagine if the original would get banned next week, this Sunday rather. Yeah, that would be crazy, really crazy. Next would be Ryzil once again, double small world on it, and played Santa Claus. Wow, Santa Claus. Yeah, really crazy. And next, we do have Blue Eyes Primite once again. This time, play the Crimson Dragon package with the Cypher. And yeah, I think it could be debatable whether you would want to play this card or not. I just think that sometimes it's better without it. Yeah. And next, we do have another Ryzil. Yeah, standard just played triple droplet and one summon limit on the main deck. And next would be White Forest Snake Eyes. It played double Nibiru on the main deck above Wallace. Next would be Ryzil once again. Played triple Red Sea. Really respects the mirror match. And next would be Chimera. Our first Chimera in our report. Lots of viewers on this channel would be delighted seeing Chimera tops each week. And next would be Ryzil. Yeah, Ryzil. Played one Bell on the main deck and double Nibiru. Also played uh, Trust on the side deck. Next would be Centurion RDA. Yeah, Archfiend Centurion could work potentially. And next would be Ice Barrier. Wow, it has been a while since I have seen Ice Barrier, but it played Chaos Hunter. Oh my goodness. When yeah, I think it could be better, but it could work because it is playing the Blackcoat Loves and also play double Foolish Burial Goods on the main deck. Just opted to play Droll over something like Flawless now. Next would be another Memento Atlan. So this is the more standard approach of Memento Atlan right now. Play Droplet on the main deck. And next would be another Unchained. Yeah, Unchained once again. This time no Flawless on the main deck. Just play Droplet and Droll. Next would be Malice. So Shifter still on the main deck. They are still trying to punish the graveyard centric decks like Snake Eyes, White Forest, and Azumina decks, for example, and even the likes of Voices Voice would be rattled with Shifter. So yeah, it could still work. Next would be Ryzil, and Ryzil play double Bell on this Awan and double Purulia. And next would be Boss CS Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. First would be Blue Eyes Primite. Still play the XYZ of Blue Eyes. People that didn't really play this card too much on the previous weeks, but they're still trying to make it work on the extra deck of Blue Eyes. And next would be White Forest Toy Box. Yeah, it played XYZ Encore. And also double Dark Ruler No More. And next would be another Malice. This time another Dark Ruler No More tech here. And next would be YCCSYGO Tournament once again. This time Malice, pretty standard. And next would be another Ryzil, another standard build, just played one Bell on the main deck. And next, another Ryzil, tons of Ryzil. This is like the 20th Ryzil that we have seen already, no? So it just proves to be why Ryzil is the number one deck to beat. And next would be Tetsushare Tournament. We do have Malice, probably the second most represented deck, or could be arguable with Blue Eyes Primite. And next would be the Blue Eyes Primite. Of course, Blue Eyes Primite definitely has solid representations. And next would be Tenpai Dragon, our first Tenpai Dragon. Yeah, crazy. Just played Double Lightning Storm, Triple Droplet. Oh my goodness. So Tenpai still lives now. This time played the topologic package on the side deck. It could work, yeah, technically. Next would be another Tetsushare tournament. This time with Blue Eyes Primite. And play the Laval or Flamewell level 1 Fire Tuner. And next would be Malice, standard. And next would be Memento Atlan, standard once again. And next would be Tetsushare tournament. We do have what even is this? Oh, Magistus Centurion. Yeah, Magistus Centurion. So just abusing the tool of Magistus to dish out level 4s on your field, and you just basically use it for materials. And next would be Gem Knights, once again. So Black Dragon could be hit, no? Yeah, there's a chance that Black Dragon could get hit. And next would be Jurok with a more dino-oriented Transcendric stuff here with Megalos. And yeah, next we do have another Ryzil. Of course, Ryzil. And moving on, next we do have Tetsushare Tournament, December 8th. We do have Malice. And played Ultimate Slayer on the main deck. And 3 Book of Eclipse, wow. They don't really hide the intent of going second on this build. And next would be Ryzil. Yeah, standard. And next would be Snake Eyes White Forest. Double talent this time. And next would be Tenpai Dragon, our second Tenpai Dragon. This time a more standard extra deck with only the Hita package. Next would be Ugly Bento tournament in Japan. First would be Tri Brigade Lyrillus. Of course, Tri Brigade will still perform with the Lyrillus. Not only it is very massive going first, it can also go second comfortably with the Zeus. And next would be Ryzil. Yeah, standard. Next would be Necros Dogmatica. Once again, played the Sanctum package on side deck with Sight and Lancea. Next would be another Mermaid Atlantean, this time with one Book of Eclipse. Another shabby tech card. Next would be Ryzil with one of Santa Claus. No, only side deck a copy of plug-in. Didn't really try to play plug-in on the main deck. Next would be another Snake Eyes, White Forest. So this is like the top of B tier and potentially really scary once you face it and you have no like proper hand traps to deal with this gas. So yeah, can really overwhelm a lot of decks. And next would be Tenpai Dragon, third Tenpai Dragon. This time played Heatwave on the side deck. Didn't have to play the Judgment, the Barrier. Instead just played the Heatwave. And next would be Crystron, Horus. Wow, Crystron Horus. Yeah, it could work. Of course, Horus is just really solid here to just make a zombie vampire, for example, no, or bait out hand traps from the Imseti. And next would be another Mermaid Atlantean. So this time with double DD Crow on the side deck. So another way to interrupt the graveyard aside from the legs of Bell and Bestials. Next would be Crystron once again with Impulse and Droplet on the main deck. So 43 card. Didn't really try to shy away from playing 43 because the deck is very consistent and he also has Tidal on the main deck for the water shenanigans. And next would be Yubel. This time didn't play the Sanctum Dagda shenanigans and just play the proper way of playing Yubel. The previous Smith Yubel from 7 months ago, 6 months ago, no? And next would be Mali 60 with Fairy Tail and Grass. Next would be another Gem Knights and played Nyalos on the side deck. Next would be Blue Eyes Primite and didn't have to play Little Knight because it conflicts, but instead played Donner. Next would be White Forest Finsmith with one of Blackcoat Loves. And next would be another Jurak. This time, more standard Jurak. Didn't play too much Word Breakers on the main deck and just played raw hand traps like Droll and the Veiler and Ogre. And next would be another Ryzil. So Red Reboot, very underrated card. I think Red Reboot is massive on the meta right now. It can hurt Labyrinth, for example, and you're going first targets with Judgment, the Barrier, no? You could get rid against those cards. And next would be Super... Oh! Six Sam Primite. Yeah. Six Samurai Primite. Oh my goodness. I always really say Super Heavy Samurai instead of Six Samurais. Yeah, I got PTSD from the super heavy samurai format. But this time I played Primite and also Nyalos, no? People are really trying to play Nyalos recently, maybe due to Malice. They really heavily prepare against Malice. And next would be another Jurak, pretty standard. Yeah, just played one Linkuribo. And the Cheng Ying, of course. Next would be another Tenpai Dragon. This time with Book of Eclipse on the side deck. And next would be another Blue Eyes Primite. So Blue Eyes is like the second best deck when we consider that a lot of people are playing Malice, but Blue Eyes Primite is just heavily performing on the second best deck status right now. I think Malice has a lot of traction because of the nature or the archetype being waifu shenanigans. You know that type of nature of the deck, no? But Blue Eyes Primate is, for me, the second best deck out there. It's just Malice are so heavily represented. And next would be Ryzil. Didn't really play Small World or the another uh, XYZ fodder, but instead played Sakitama. So he banks on the extra normals that it does for a deck. And next would be White Forest, Snake Eyes. Oh, White Forest Finsmith only with Azamina. And next would be another Ryzil Triple D Barrier. Wow, Triple D Barrier on the main deck, and it even played Trap Trick, no? So yeah, you could fetch off the barrier on this. And the thruster as well sometimes. And next would be another Ryzil. This is the more standard version of Ryzil. And next would be White Forest with Small World on the main deck. Wow. White Forest and Small World definitely functions together. You're losing a lot of resources once you do it this way. But it works. Of course, when you go first and just ramp up the Small World, you are getting into your desirable board, and you could even lock your opponent with the Dagda. And next would be Primite Finsmith. Yeah, Primite Finsmith. This is like the modern adventure DP engine, and it works because these are the most played engines right now, and it meshes well together. And next would be Ryzil, and just standard. Didn't play Judgment. Next would be White Forest. Played Ultimate Slayer on the main deck. And side deck the copy of one Baron de Fleur. And next would be another White Forest. Snake Eyes. Yeah. Another exact copy. I believe they're the same. Oh yeah, not the same. The earlier one was playing Summon Limit on the main deck. And this time it side decks the Summon Limit. Next would be another Ryzil. This time with Necros. So yeah, this is like the same exact build as the previous Necros Ryzil. I just played plug-in on the main deck. And next would be Malice with Book of Moon. Not Book of Eclipse, but Book of Moon instead. Wow, really ballsy to play Book of Moon here. And next would be White Forest, Snake Eyes. And yeah, the same philosophy as the earlier, no? Played Summon Limit on the main deck and side deck the copy of Baron. And next would be Ryzil with triple retaliating C. And yeah, that sums up our OCG Metagame Report and deck list reviews from the major regions from December 2 to December 8. So if you found this video informative and helpful, please consider subscribing. It definitely motivates me a lot to keep providing this content for you guys. So once again, thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.